In America, there's nothing more fundamental to our culture than freedom. We may not all agree as to what it means, but we can certainly all agree that it's important. But let me ask you a serious question. How free are we? Take the average household today. 40% of working families are one paycheck away from being unable to meet their basic monthly expenses. Electric bills, gas bills, groceries. I remember when I was a single mom, every month was a desperate battle just to pay the rent. Meanwhile, we are measured by what we own, so we buy. Pressure mounts, credit cards, high interest loans, second mortgages, and with debt comes anxiety. So what happens when life happens? A circumstance totally out of your control. Unexpected job layoff, a health crisis, pressure mounts. More debt, more payments. The sense of being trapped, the appeal of escapism. Breakdowns in marriages and in families. Every day, in households in every town, households are walking a flimsy line between getting by and going under. This is not freedom. We've become prisoners of situational poverty. We're trying to change that. We are Birch Community Services, and we partner with families who are weighed down by the destructive force of debt. We begin by offering food that offers immediate relief. But we offer permanent relief, more importantly, through financial education, putting families on the pathway to peace. Because we know that freedom is never free, and getting out of debt takes sacrifice. Let me tell you how we do it. Our families begin by pushing their own shopping cart through our warehouse, adding food and household items. But this is about more than pushing a cart. This is about pushing through painful emotions connected to food access. People need to know they can feed their families, and once they do, that's when our work begins. To be part of the Birch community, families commit to be financially transparent and be open to financial education. But we can't have those conversations until people have the mental and emotional bandwidth to seriously consider the changes they need to make. When they're ready, they meet with a financial counselor and they press into conversations about whether they are in a difficult season or a way of life. They deal with the present. And then they do something they haven't done in a very long time. They cast a vision for their future. Families learn how to make plans, how to create budgets, and how to map practical dreams for themselves and their children, and then become accountable to work those plans. As they let go of their old ways of life, they set themselves free to build a new life. So while this is happening, families are fulfilling another commitment, a commitment to give while they receive. We believe that each person has something to offer, even if their struggle means they can't see it at the time. We ask each family to volunteer a couple hours each month and pay a small service fee each month. We do this because we know there is dignity in giving, and when everyone in our community gives, our culture grows. We are united, we are humble, and we are dependable. Now, I began today talking about debt. Even Birch Community Services' story began with debt, and a couple caught in a season of life like so many others in our community, until one day a generous bag of bread was left on the front porch of a small house where neighbors, too broke to buy a loaf of bread, came to receive one. Today that front porch has evolved to a 22,000 square foot warehouse, and today the woman living in that house, drowning in debt, me, is debt-free and the executive director of a flourishing organization in its 30th year. An organization that last year welcomed over 900 families and over 26,000 volunteer hours. Today, thousands of couples are communicating better, experiencing more peace, and thousands of families are planning for their future, one they can earn, one they can own, and one they can be proud of. That is freedom. Thank you so much for tuning in to our virtual auction. We hope you enjoy it.